Kanye West remains hospitalized after being checked into a Los Angeles medical center on Monday. At around 1 p.m. Monday, police and fire officials were called to an address near West Hollywood. Reportedly, West's personal doctor was the one who called 911. West was then taken by ambulance to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center for exhaustion, sleep deprivation, and placed on a psychiatric hold. This all comes after the rapper canceled the rest of his St. Pablo tour just days after going on a rant during a concert in Sacramento. West came on stage 90 minutes late Saturday, performed 2 songs, and then went on to bash Jay-Z, Beyonce, Hillary Clinton, and Mark Zuckerberg.
Y'all don't want to lose again. A lot of people here tonight felt like they lost. You know why? Because y'all been lied to. Google lied to you. Facebook lied to you. Radio lied to you.
For more, we are joined by Keltie Knight, co-host of CBS's The Insider. All right, Keltie, a lot to get to here. First of all, what is the latest on Kanye's condition?
Before we start, we do need to mention this is a topic of mental illness. And of course, in pop culture lovers, we love to pull apart the Kardashians and Kanye West. But if he is really, truly struggling with a mental illness, that's a serious thing. And we all need to sort of respect him. But let's get to the pop culture of it all. People are saying now that this was an insurance scam to cover the cost of these canceled tour dates. So everyone knows that Kanye canceled the remaining dates on his tour. The tour was worth about $80 million. The canceled dates will cost Kanye West about $10 million, plus the cost of any tour merchandise. And it's yet to be seen if he'll have to cover the cost of the ticket refund. So this is big business. Now, like you said, his personal doctor is the one that called 911. Celebrities all have these what we call concierge doctors, which means they have doctors on call so that when things go wrong in their lives, they can do it under the radar without news organizations like us or TMZ finding out. Because once you call 911 and the police are called or an ambulance is called, it becomes public record and we can find out where he went, which was to UCLA. So a lot of people are speculating and saying that his personal concierge doctor called 911 because there's a sickness clause in these contracts when you get insurance for these massive world tours like Kanye had, which if there is due cause for canceling the shows, Kanye will not have to pay his portion of the canceled shows. Now, whether or not that is really what's going on here, Kanye has had a horrible string of events in his life. Of course, it started in Paris with Kim's whole robbery situation, and then we have to remember November 10th is the 9-year anniversary of the death of his mother. And anyone who has lost someone knows that when that time of year comes around, it's a really hard time emotionally. On top of that, you know, Kim has always been sort of the strong woman in this relationship. She sort of brought Kanye along through all of his different ups and downs. We know he's a guy that feels a lot. And so with her stepping out of the spotlight and being broken in her own way right now after Paris, she isn't there to support him. And the fact that she's hiding away after her parents' attack and he's on tour. Tour life is hard on even the most sane of artists. And we know that Kanye is a true artist. He is so emotional. He feels so much. But the fact that we saw on Thursday night in San Jose, California, he was at the show, and this is when he said he would have voted for Donald Trump, which really started the snowball effect of this week. He said he'd vote for Trump. And so for the first time, it wasn't just the people on the outside that are sort of Kanye haters were saying, oh, Kanye boo hiss. It was his people. It was the people that had spent hundreds of their hard-earned dollars to buy a ticket to see a guy that they loved, and they turned against him. And so I think that really shook him, and then we saw him unravel even further the next night in Sacramento. He was an hour and a half late to start the show. He did just 3 songs and then did this 20-minute rant about Beyonce and Jay-Z. And we have to remember, there have been rumors for years that Beyonce and Kim Kardashian do not get along, that the friendship is Jay-Z and Kanye's. And now here we have Kanye saying to Jay-Z, basically, I know you have guys that can kill me. Don't send them my way. I mean, it is very, very intense. So, you know, on a personal level, it's probably good that he's taking some time off, clearly.
I mean, has he ever been hospitalized before? Because, you know, obviously everybody remembers Taylor Swift and when that happened. I mean, I think there are going to be some people out there watching this going, has there been a history there?
I think that he has been certainly troubled his entire career. I mean, people say that when they first met Kanye, he's always been really frazzled and very, you know, crazy, if you say, even though that is a stigma world. But artists are like that, and it's not the first celebrity we've ever encountered. He may be one of the most outspoken, but he certainly isn't the first celebrity that has been admitted to the hospital for exhaustion.
Yeah.
Exhaustion is a fancy word of I cannot go on. Well, you and I get exhausted. We have to pick up and go to work the next day. When you are an A-list celebrity, you can cite exhaustion, and it can be code word for a couple things. It can be exhaustion. It can be a drug problem. It can be personal problems. It can be you need to get out of the public eye to save what's left of your career. There's still a lot of facets to it. So I feel sad for Kanye, because I do think anyone who loves his music knows that he really is a very talented person. And I think the Kardashians and the reality show and the, you know, tabloid headlines of it really, they sort of, they dim the light that is his God-given talent, and it's really sad and hard to see him. But you know, I hope he's getting the treatment he needs, and we'll have to see if this is an insurance scam or if this is really Kanye finally reaching Kanye's breaking point.
Yeah, it's so important that you mentioned the mental health, the stigma that goes along with mental health issues. I think that's really important for people to know and understand that there are people who really suffer from this. But on a much lighter note, I have to shift gears because the reason you're in town is you're going to have a front row seat to the CBS Thanksgiving Day Parade. What are you looking forward to most?
Well, I'm a music lover, which is I got my start covering music for Live Nation, and so I'm so excited. We have Sting and Miranda Lambert performing on Thursday morning. In New York City, Kevin Frazier, who is my buddy in real life. We're friends in real life. We're co-hosting the parade right from Fifth Avenue, so we're going to be there with celebrity guests. We're going to have Sting and Miranda perform. We'll be talking through all the bands and the parades, and it's going to be really special.
Oh, very excited. Great to see you, Keltie Knight.
So
Thank you so much.